Hello, everybody, and welcome to our virtual Community of Homes programme. Over the next few weeks, we are going to be focusing on creative well-being. We're going to begin each session with a meditation which will help us relax our minds and our bodies, and will focus on being creative. We're going to explore different themes each week. One of the themes we'll explore is identity. We'll get to know ourselves a bit better. We'll look at the similarities we have with the other people in our group, and we'll look at the differences we have as well, because all of these similarities and differences, our likes and dislikes, make us the unique individuals who we are. We're going to be guided each week as we develop and create artworks with a specific focus. We will also share our creations with each other in the group through photographs, which we can share on a private page. Finally, we are going to bring all of our artwork together, and we will produce a book which will feature all of the work that you have done throughout this project. And we can reflect then on what we have done together, and we can share our works so that other people will have the chance to get to know themselves a bit better and to work on their creative well-being. We hope you enjoy today's session.
Hello, my name is Sinead Smith, and I'm the artist working with the Community of Homes on this virtual programme for exploring creative well-being for youth. I'm delighted to be working with Wendy and Catherine on this project, and I hope you will get great benefit from it. We have 7 sessions over the next few weeks and exploring 6 themes. Today is an introduction which will outline the 6 themes that we're going to look at. I'll be explaining the different ideas we'll work towards and encouraging you to lift the art materials you've been sent in the post and get creative. Meditation 1. Please sit into your chair and relax. Let your hands hang by your sides. Open or close your eyes as you wish. Feel the chair supporting you, supporting your back and supporting your legs. Breathe in slowly, counting to 4. And out again slowly. Allow your fingers to stretch and let your shoulders drop. Let your elbows relax. And breathe in slowly, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Drop your chin a little towards your chest. Feel the muscles on your back and on the back of your neck working. Let your chin move and your head look across to your shoulder. And then to the other shoulder. And back to the center. And now we begin. Remember always that you are a creative person. Being creative is part of who you are. Your favorite color, your favorite clothes or shoes. We all have our own style. Some people draw, others cook, or paint, or garden, or sing, or dance, or write stories, or play an instrument, or imagine. When we create, we often use our hands. And so we are going to give our hands a mini workout. Face one hand towards your body and take your other hand to make a circle with your thumb in one direction 3 times, and then the opposite. And then move to the next finger. Just make little circles. And the next finger. We'll just go down one way with the 3 circles. And then we'll reverse the other way. Our hands always work so hard for us. They're always overused. So sometimes it's nice to take care of them. With your finger and thumb from the opposite hand, pinch the skin between your thumb and your index finger 3 times, just gently. And then move to the skin between your index finger and your middle finger 3 times. Between your middle finger and your ring finger, just pinch that gently 3 times. And between your ring finger and your little finger 3 times. And give your hand a little shake. Stretch it out like that. And then your opposite hand. We're going to face the body with the palm. Take your other hand and move your thumb 3 times. Your finger 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Your ring finger. 1, 2, 3. And your little finger. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to work around to the opposite side with the circle. So going the opposite direction. 2, 3. 1. It's a bit awkward, but we can do it. 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Get all those little joints moving around. 2, 3. You might feel an odd crack here and there. And then your finger and thumb, and pinch the skin between your thumb and your index finger. Give it a little pinch, and then between your first 2 fingers. And we're moving on down. And between your little finger and your ring finger. 2, 3. And then give your hand a little shake. And make some fists and stretch them out. Make some fists and stretch them out. Give them a little shake. So your hands are now perfectly ready to do some beautifully creative work. Thank you. Hi guys, I'm back again, and a bit more lively this time after all that lovely meditation. Today's introduction is going to involve just a small, short art activity that you can, something you can learn from. So before we begin that art activity, I'm just going to cover some, the light is very bright here today, so sorry about that. But I'm just going to cover some basics of shading. How do you shade something in without having to colour it in? So I have a black pen here. It's a really nice one. It's a Faber-Castell Superfine. But here we go. I'm going to show you if I have a, let me see, a square here, I'm going to show you how I can shade that square in using one colour. So you could colour it in fully, but then it would be just a block colour. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cross through the square with lines like that, if you can see that. Now that's called hatching, and the way I remember it is like a little chicken and an egg at Easter time, and it just is hatching out, so sort of that the lines going up. If it helps, we can draw an egg shape and we can shade it in with some hatching. How about that? Yeah, and then you could go crack, 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 open up the egg. So that's hatching. So let's see now. It's very bright here today. I'm very sorry. I'm not sure what I can do about that. Maybe that might be a little bit better. Okay, so you can see the hatching. So in another way to do some shading in is to, like, I'm just going to draw another oval for now, or a circle kind of shape, and I think you can see that. And so if I hatch one way, if I do my lines one way, and then I decide, right, I'm going to go the opposite direction like this. Now, can you see that? That's called cross hatching, because you're kind of crossing over, if you know what I mean. So that is hatching, cross hatching. And another way that you can shade an area in is by broken hatching. So you can do, it's just literally dashes like this. You can, it's called broken hatching, and you can see why. Dash, 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 and you can do them as close together or as far away from each other as you like. So you can see that, or can you? Yeah, you can see that broken hatching there. Okay, another way, anybody got any suggestions there? What was that? Oh yeah, dots. Let's see. Dots. Let's see. It's very bright. This is a very sunny day. Okay, what about this? If we sit in the shadow a little bit, that's good. So I'm gonna do some dots. You can kind of make bigger dots. So I'm making bigger dots so as you can see what I'm doing. See that? So you can shade in an area with dots, or you can use a combo of whatever, all of these if you like. And you don't have to just do the cross hatching. You could do some hatching. Looks a bit like the moon here. You can do some big cross hatching there. If you wanted to darken this down a bit more, you do some more cross hatching, and you can always go in opposite directions. So instead of just going one way like that, can you see that? Can you? I do apologise about the sunlight, but I shouldn't really, because I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the sun. It's nice to have the sun out every now and again. So you can have your lines going one way and then the other way, just like your cross hatching. Yeah, so give that a go. And you could go horizontally, that, the lying down line. And then you could go vertically, straight up and down, like that. So that the area that you've shaded in has a kind of a pattern on it, if you see what I mean. So we're going to be using this shading in the next exercise, and the actual exercise is going to involve you sitting with your pen and a piece of paper, and we're going to draw from listening. Some of you might have done this before. If you have, that's brilliant. If you haven't, it's always an interesting way to explore how we interpret information. So you're sitting now with your piece of paper in front of you and your pen. And we're getting ready to go. Sort of roll your shoulders a little bit, sort of like, a bit of exercise, bit of drawing yoga here before we begin. Reach for the stars and wiggle your fingers and kind of get everything ready. Right, so listening and drawing. So here's the set of instructions that I'm going to call out, and you then follow the instructions in the way that you think. And there's no right or wrong in this. It's absolutely anything goes. Absolutely anything goes. So here we have it. On your page, draw 3 lines anywhere from edge to edge. That could be side to side or top to bottom. So anywhere on your page, draw 3 lines from one side or from the top to the bottom to the other. Okay, well done. First bit done. Yay! Getting there. On your page, draw 1 swirling line beginning in the center and ending at the bottom of your page. So you could begin anywhere in the center of your page, begin in the center of your page and end anywhere, and wiggle it around a lot, wherever you want to go on your page. On your page, draw 1 large circle. Then 3 small circles. They can interconnect or link in with each other, or they can be totally separate. They might be inside each other, or they could, be just bouncing around your page there, wherever you fancy. Okay. Right, now here comes the shading part. Shade in the large circle as you choose. Whatever way you want to do it, you just go for that. Now don't be showing your drawings to the person beside you, okay? And if there are carers at home, I should have said this at the beginning, if there are carers or parents or teachers, you should be doing this too, just for fun, just to compare and show afterwards. Okay, so your large circle is now beautifully shaded in. Take a little bit more time if you need it. It's perfectly fine. Some people work faster and some people work slower. I tend to be somewhere in the middle. Another instruction is shade in 2 of the small circles. Whatever pattern you choose, you shade it in. Now, if you could write your name, just your first name, and put the date on your page somewhere, so that we can photograph the work and keep a record of it, because it's all very important to keep a record of all this exciting project that we're all involved in, so that we have some beautiful things to show at the end of it. And we've learned something, we can look back and see what we've learned. Okay. Now, if you take your page and show it to the person beside you and have a look at their page, and then you can compare it with the other person. Is there anything similar that you did? Does it look in any way similar to the person beside you? And if it doesn't, if it looks different, which I suspect they all look different actually, then I would like you to think about why. Why are they all different when the instructions were the same? The instructions were exactly the same, everybody heard exactly the same thing, and how then did all the pieces of work appear so differently? Can you tell me that? Oh, well, you do know it's about how we interpret information and how we have a personal preference for where we want to, where and how we want to draw things. So the purpose of this little activity is to try and explore the idea that art is a very personal thing. Everybody will see art in a different way. They will hear it in a different way. We all have maybe different favourite songs because they mean different things to us. It's very personal. Art is a very personal thing, and it's a way of showing our emotions, expressing how we're feeling. It's a way of telling a story. It's a way of communicating with other people in a visual form. And it's a way of reaching out and connecting with people we know and people we don't know. So I'm really looking forward to seeing your work. You can send it to Wendy at the Church's Trust, and we will very much be looking forward to meeting up with you next week in the next session, which you know is going to be themed on music. So get a couple of your favourite songs ready, and maybe have your earphones or your little buds ready to listen to your favourite song, because that's going to be an exciting piece of work as well. Okay, thank you very much for joining us today, and we'll see you soon. The themes we'll be working on begin with music, and everybody has a favourite song or some music that makes them feel happy. So we'll be able to listen to our own song with our headphones and create this piece of work in the space of one song. In your pack you'll have found some threads and some paints, and we will put those together, and we'll be using the threads and paints to create a rather interesting and unique piece of work. The second theme is rest, and we'll be working with breath, and Wendy will take you through a lovely meditation based around the importance of breathing and deep breath for relaxation. And we'll be using this opportunity to create an audio art piece where you'll be recording your breathing and sending it to the Church's Trust, so we can create some kind of audio piece of artwork from that, and that's quite exciting. The third theme is self-care, and we'll be using some of the little stones inside the stone painting kit that you received. Also inside that kit there are 3 stones primed white, collected from the beaches in Donegal here, and I hope we will create some beautiful wishing stone art where you can use the stones as a focus or a centre of calm, and just feeding all your positive energies into those wee stones, so that when you don't feel so great you can sit with them in your hands and you can gain some of that positivity back. The fourth theme is nature, and we'll be exploring small and beautiful objects and details in nature using photography. So you'll need a camera phone or a camera to be able to go outside, and even just the pavement, the cracks, what grows in the cracks between the pavement and the side of a building, or if you can get outside to take some beautiful photographs of trees and plants or the sky or whatever you are attracted to, and we'll explore the idea of nature through that. The fifth theme will be communication, and the idea of the World Wide Web and a spider web of communication, and also the fact that communication is very much to do with words as well as images. So we'll be focusing on word art for our communication theme, but more on that later. The last theme is sleep, and it's something we all could do with more of, and something we all enjoy. It recharges our batteries and leaves us feeling fit for the next day. So we're going to explore sleep patterns and create a beautiful 2D piece of grid-based artwork. And I hope you'll all enjoy creating these amazing pieces of work with us, and look forward to putting everything together in a possible publication in the future.
Thank you everybody for taking part in today's session. We really hope you've enjoyed it. I want to thank the parents, carers, teachers and facilitators who helped us today to make this session a success. I look forward to seeing your creations in the days ahead, and I look forward to getting creative with you again in the next session.